Welcome back in, everybody, to another episode of the established 1982 podcast, the Geek Culture Podcast, hosted by responsibly irresponsible adults that have loved video games, comic books, movies, and TV ever since 1982. It's your boy Wally. Get off of my lawn, analog. And I'm joined, of course, by everybody's homie that just so happens to be a shinobi. It is the Cerebral Ninja. G. That is Hattori Hanzo, which interestingly enough will kind of get into my binge as it relates to that name. And of course it would not be a podcast here to stop 1982 without the resident elitist Mr. 1%, the benevolent Suge Knight, Rowls Royce Elise.
Yes sir.
Yes sir. And this let me give you a rundown of what we're going to go into today, because it's going to be quite a bit. But first, before we do that, we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge those who are quite honestly responsible for keeping the lights on at the established 1982 headquarters, that being the 10 rings of the Mandarin. Mandarin's 10 rings. Those are individuals, that have been supporting us financially on patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. That is patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. If you too would like to join the ranks of one Miss Carrie Ledbetter, my lovely wife, for being a supporter, thank you so much. We have Raphael M. Jordan. Thank you so much for your support. We have Jamal Weidman representing Philly. Sorry about those Ravens.
Yeah. Tighten up.
Yes, Tighten and up. For those of you who don't know, we are based here in Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Tennessee Titans and the upset Kings, as it were. At the time of this recording, we may or may not have lost. The Titans may or may not have lost this game to Kansas City, so we'll see what's going to happen. But yes, Jamal Weidman representing that Philly.
Tighten up.
Sorry. Representing that Philly.
Antagonizing the supporters.
I know. Represent that Philly. We got Militant Billy, ladies and gentlemen, out there. Thank you so much for your support. We got the Professor Rue to both of you two Qs. We have Brandon King, Enigmatic 52. Just happens to be a devout Titans fan and lover of Madden. All things Madden. The chicken aficionado loves Madden. We got Terrence Don't Call Me Richie Rich out there. Thank you so much for your support. We have our boy out there in Cali. We got Johnny Prototype representing. I think Cali, thank you so much for your support. Tori Moore in the ATL, thank you for your support. And Jim Stumbaugh rounding off the 10 who have been pledging their financial support for which we are thankful, out there on patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. Again, that's where you are to go if you would like to pledge, in addition to your time listening to the podcast, your financial support. So thank you so much. Now, before we get into what we're going to talk about, Bad Boys is the topic of the day. Bad Boys, what is it? For life. For life. I keep wanting to call it 3. It's not 3. There's no 3. Mm-mm. Bad Boys for life. What you gonna do? Right. Bad Boys when they come for you. Right. And we've had a lengthy conversation about my views as it relates to decade-old or more. Sequels. Sure. I hate them, and I had no desire to see this movie. So this review will be a full spoiler review, but your boy didn't even see it, so I gave them the right to spoil it, because I will not spend my money on Bad Boy for life. But before we get what? No, okay. I will not waste my time.
Here we go.
Yeah, on Bad Gear, because they offered to pay, and I said no.
We offered you 10 free tickets.
Yes.
10 free movie tickets, right. And you refused.
And I was staunch in my stance to no.
Ridiculous.
It was.
Ridiculous.
That movie looks the same. I couldn't do it. But before we get into that, we will do something that we do from time to time called the binge, where we go through some of the things that we may have consumed by the way of media or video games, comic books, movies, or TV. And as we always do when we binge, we always begin with the Cerebral Ninja, as he always has a very lengthy list of things.
Yeah.
It's usually television, but here's of late, the last few binges have been in the video game realm. Is that the case? today?
A little bit. I'm going half and half today,
Okay.
but I have been gaming quite a bit.
Okay.
But I'll start with the TV.
All right.
I'm not going to belabor the point. I've mentioned Mr. Robot many times here, but the series finally did finish out.
Is that right?
It finished strong. I thought that it delivered. There may have been a mystery. Well, there was a mystery box element or two that was left on the table for you to resolve for yourself as to how it went. So, a point off maybe for that one, but definitely 9 out of 10. Very satisfying conclusion, and they pulled it off again, in my opinion, with this final season. As they've done throughout the series, they do really big finishes and things that really make you recontextualize what you've seen before. So anyway, love the show. But I mention it because I really think we might need to reconsider this whole Cerebral Ninja title of mine. I might need to relinquish this. What? So, all right. So the people on Reddit and certain podcasts are so good at figuring everything out on these kind of mystery type shows like this, or shows that, they're guessing what's going on or what's going to happen. And so I cut myself off from listening to those podcasts and reading Reddit, subreddits and stuff
As
like that.
As to not get spoiled.
So it's not to
by
ruin
those
it, right?
Brilliant
the people that figured out what was happening. Yeah, like season 1 of Westworld, people figured out what was going on like episode 2 because of a font. Because of a font on a sign.
Yeah.
That's like I can't deal with that.
Right.
But anyway, so I'm going back and I'm now listening to those podcasts that I skipped. Mm-hmm. I realized that, so there's an episode they're talking about. They do one gimmicky kind of episode per season of the show. And like they did one where the whole episode is a one shot, one uninterrupted take. Mm-hmm. Apparently the gimmick, so they're talking about this episode and they keep talking about the gimmick. And I'm like, what are they talking about? You all, they had an episode where the only 2 lines of dialogue in the entire episode, the first line of dialogue was, dude, it's okay, we don't have to talk. And then it was the first line of dialogue spoken at the very beginning. And then at the very end of the episode, dude, we have to talk. Or we need to talk. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. I sat and watched an hour of television and didn't realize it didn't have any dialogue in it. And I'm like, wait, what? They kept talking about like how and you can see how they did this and without the dialogue. And I'm like, what are they talking about? No dialogue in the episode. I went back and watched it, man, about 15, 20 minutes in. Like, I'm like, how did I see this episode and not realize
that they weren't
talking? Because they text a little bit and then like there's a whole heist thing. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, I need to relinquish my.
Well, see, what can I offer this caveat?
That is ridiculous.
In all honesty, that is not why. And I did come up with the name.
Yeah.
But that is really not why I gave it that. It's always just in general. Your insight in general. The things I've learned from you, quite honestly, as it relates to cinema and television.
Powers of observation
that I still give you credit for. Ever since the whole China stuff. But I was just really enlightened by that. Yes. And then just other stuff too, though, that I can't name. There were so numerous. But it in all fairness, it was more related to that than you're being able to decipher whether or not, which way a show is going. Like, I mean, maybe the show was just so good you weren't really thinking about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can't imagine ever watching anything that when anybody talk, but just take solace in the fact. Take solace in knowing that is not why it is for many other reasons.
Good to know.
So please hold on to that moniker.
Okay, so real talk here. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Great game.
It looks great. It looks great.
I binged it and have finished the game. I played it, didn't put it down, didn't do anything else.
And you got the thing full price because they're not selling that for the low.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was purchased for me full price because Christmas,
That counts.
Otherwise, I'd be getting it in November of this year. But so let me tell you, I'll just break it down. Right. Old Game Pro style or whatever, like story.
That's correct. Yeah,
the story's excellent. Mm-hmm. So it's set post Revenge of the Sith, but pre A New Hope. So it's set in the period, between the prequels and the first.
Squeezing a lot of Jedi in between these.
Let me tell you. So you know what? Because it is a very interesting period in the Star Wars mythos. Because I mean, virtually all the Jedi killed off, right?
Going, yeah.
Emperor has seized power. These Clone Wars came to an end, but at that great price and yada yada. And the sense of loss and desperation, like and oppression throughout the galaxy, is real evident in the game, and it's just very interesting because, you know, the rebellion hasn't emerged yet. There's no Luke Skywalker, you know, like there's no like, so it's like they just think, man, there's no hope. And the story centers on just one a Padawan that escaped and went into hiding, like. All of them that escaped, that's what they like. There was nobody that escaped and like, all right, I'm going for Palpatine. Like those that escaped,
they weren't ready to do anything.
I'm going to Dagobah. I'm gonna sit in this cave. You know, like everybody just hid, and so this guy went and just worked on a scrap junk thing. You know, and they have a work accident, and he uses his Force ability to save his coworker that he's grown fond of at work, the years they've been working together. And so that brings the attention of the Inquisitors, these other Force wielders that the Emperor is employing to hunt down the last remaining stragglers.
That is a good story.
And so that's the story.
Excellent.
And it's fantastic. I really like it. The motion capture and everything with the people looks great.
It's the guy that played Joker on.
Yes, Jerome or whatever. It's that guy. Yep. And it's got I can't remember her name, but she's in Call of Duty also. She's been in a bunch of games. She was on Mad TV back in the day. I hate that I didn't get her name, but I'm sorry. But anyway, she's in it too, and she's great. And so story's great. In fact, it was so interesting that I really am motivated now to go back and catch up on the 50,000 episodes of. Clone Wars and all these other things, you know, it's a chore.
I need those Cliff's notes
because they did some interesting stuff.
Yeah,
like they flesh out. I mean, I'm not gonna give too much away, but there are other Force users besides Sith and Jedi, and I didn't know that before.
Yeah, there's always been one or the other.
And
so how does that work with the balance?
I won't go into anything. Okay. But so that was interesting. I'm like, all right, I need to know about these people. Right. And from what I understand, they are in the series too. So I'm like, okay, I want to see that. I want to check it out. But anyway, so that's great. But let me get into the real deal of it. Is I'm stealing this title from an article or review that I read, but they called it "Baby's First Dark Souls," and it's like this game. You young people, y'all don't know nothing about this. Mm-mm. This game is hard. Mm-hmm. It's old school. Mm-hmm. You can't pause and click save whenever you want. Mm-mm. When you die, the screen doesn't blink and you're immediately right back where you were.
Right. You got to go all the way back.
It's
from software style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Save points are
you got to find and few far between.
When you go to a save point, it gives you the choice that you can restore all of your health if you want, but it respawns all of the enemies.
Sekiro, same thing. Who made this game? Is this what?
Let's see.
Respawn. This isn't from Respawn. Okay. Right. There you go.
Yeah. So if you get killed, here's the one that had me. I raised my controller over my head and held it a couple of times, and just shook for a second in mid throw and stopped and didn't do it. When you die, you lose all of your XP.
Oh, okay, you lose all of it.
All of it. The person that killed you holds it. So if you go back to that person, you gotta kill. You gotta hit them.
That's just like Bloodborne. They it's not XP. It's something else. I can't remember what it is. But you gotta go back and get it from.
Yeah, you have to go get it from that person. So if you mess up and you fall into some
fight,
then
you're not a real boss.
There you go. If it's a boss,
holding on to it, it's a wrap.
Yep. Then it's like
wow, they took a page right. I wonder if the developers were a part of some From Software team, because that is eerily similar to, like you said, Dark Souls. Same stuff.
You go into it thinking I'm a Jedi, I have a lightsaber.
Nah,
I'm just gonna swing around and do the rats. The rats were killing me.
Yeah,
the rats,
because it's all about timing and technique on those games.
You cannot just smash and expect to wave it around and chop everybody to pieces. Right. You have to. There's dodges, there's parries and blocks.
So this is Sekiro with a Force user.
Yes,
it is the same game.
Yeah.
It's
great. I love it because it's challenging.
Yes,
it makes you think. It makes you you see a bunch of guys or some big giant frog with shark teeth, and you're like,
I'm gonna kill it.
Am I gonna kill this? Or am I gonna hide? Am I gonna run away?
Right.
Like you have
And
to make
sometimes it's
that
the
choice.
best, yeah.
Sometimes it's
It's the
just
best
no,
thing
I'm
to
not
do.
gonna do it. Yeah. So it's great. The most satisfying thing is that you do unlock with your XP. You unlock all these abilities. You know, the force abilities, which are great. And so it's a very satisfying feeling to go from literally being killed by crabs and giant rats to, you know, feeling like a god when you have all the force abilities unlocked and you are just holding out your hand and dragging somebody Kylo Ren style from across the room and choking them out and impaling them on your, like, I mean, so you really get to like go ham on all these people later. But boy, getting there it's a long road.
They're
It's
like
a long
giant
road.
rats, but they had a lot of those in Bloodborne. Bunch of giant sewer rats.
Yeah. It's crazy, but great game. It really is worth your time. It's worth checking out. And don't be a baby, you know, just play the game and
Right, man. Right.
get into it.
Right. Put that other garbage down. Like you said, where they put you
Exactly.
right at the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, one other thing too is that, you can heal yourself. You get these little stem packs, right?
Yeah.
So you got a little droid with you.
Okay.
It pops it out. You hold it out your hand, catch it out of the air, and then you have to inject it yourself. The animation is slow, and guess what? You're completely vulnerable the whole time.
That's correct.
I
So you
died
got to think
trying
about
to
whether or not you
win
want to
and
do
you
it
can
or
heal.
not. Yep.
I died so many times trying to heal
But
myself.
isn't that more realistic?
Yes, of course
Don't
it
you hate
is.
that stuff where you just you
Wolverine.
highlight the thing and then just
or it pauses even for you to highlight it. You know those games that like Red Dead, how everything goes into super slow mo.
Yeah, and then you can just I can that's not real.
Right.
That's not real.
Yep. So
that's how they.
Great game.
That is from software.
It's hard.
Stuff.
And
One
final thing, and then I'll move on. But it's also you're constantly unlocking all these abilities because the dude basically he kind of like PTSD himself into forgetting his various abilities, so he doesn't. So you unlock them as you
right.
But anyway. The great thing is that you there's a series of planets you can visit, and you can choose to go to the planets, and you can return to them later. Okay. So it's like Metroid style, and that like you can see something like I see this thing over here, I can't get to that, I can't jump to it, I can't do anything, and then you
come back.
So you'll revisit the same planet, like,
and it's easy to forget too. Like those games where like you may have forgotten about something, and then you're like, now I gotta remember what I'm missing something.
Yeah. So it's hard. It's challenging. It's hard, and but it's satisfying.
Yeah. Jedi.
So I'll stop there.
Yeah. Was that it?
There's lots more, but I'll stop there.
Okay. You mean you'll stop there? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. 1%.
I've been playing video games as well.
Oh.
I've been playing NBA 2K.
Oh,
2020.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been playing the my career mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just building up a player, doing the customization, and going through the story. The story was done by Maverick Carter and LeBron James.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was about maybe 4 to 5 hours of gameplay per se over the holiday. Mm-hmm. So I enjoyed it. I mean, it was decent.
Do you get more fulfillment out of that than actually playing the games? Because they put that stuff in there for a reason, and I don't know if it's just...
You play the games as the story goes along. The story is just like you play games, and then the story is wedged in between.
Okay,
so it's not that bad.
Okay, because I've often wondered whether or not they put that stuff in just to say that, look, we added some new stuff. But it appears to me that they actually put forth a lot of effort, because they get like for legit actors to be in these little in these little.
They had Idris Elba.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are playing. Wow. They're paying real money for this. Like, so I would imagine it got to be more than filler, or it's just a colossal waste of money and thespians' time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that to the public. Okay, so it's worth it.
Samero was in it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. For humorous purposes.
Yeah. So NBA 2K 2020.
Okay.
Let's see what else. I watched this movie called Fast Color.
What was that?
It stars.
My daughter watched that one.
Yes, it's called. It's called Fast Color, and it stars Gugu Mbatha Raw.
No.
Let's say that again. What was that? What was that name?
Gugu Mbatha Raw.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. Very, very, very lovely actress.
She's very talented.
She's gorgeous.
Okay.
Gorgeous. Yeah. But pretty much, Fast Color came out in 2018. You can find it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon Prime, and it came into the theaters and went because it was. I mean, it was pummeled by all the Marvel and DC movies.
Yeah.
But it's a low budget superhero film.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she plays Ruth, that's on the run from these scientists and law enforcement that are trying to find her and study her. She has. They never. And again, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who wants to watch it, but she left home because she kept getting these seizures, and every time she would have a seizure, the tectonic plates of the earth would shake.
Wow.
So like major earthquakes would happen whenever she gets these seizures.
Oh no.
So whenever she would like go to bed at night, she would wrap her arms in cloth and tie herself. Because if she was loose, the earthquake would be a lot stronger. Right. So anyway, the movie pretty much chronicles her journey back home and some of the connections she missed, and it was just a really well done, low budget film, and I wish there were sequels to it because it was left open ended, but I don't think it got a chance. So yeah. So that's Fast Color, and I also saw this, and this is not geek related, but Apple TV Plus. I got that for free.
Okay.
For a year.
I don't know. I thought you had that already. Like I thought you had already.
No.
So
it's
much stuff to
$4.99.
subscribe.
It's $4.99 a month, and I was like, I'm not adding another service.
Yeah, because
I
NBC
bought,
is coming with theirs, and Peacock.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah,
it won't stop.
Right. Yeah, I had to. Which is a weird name for a streaming service.
Well,
by the way.
it's their logo, so
right.
Whatever.
Right. So, so I ended up replacing my daughter's iPad, so I got that for free. I was like, okay, well, let me check. Let me check to see, what shows are on here.
Same here. Yeah,
Right.
we got an iPad for Christmas, so we got a free year of it also.
Right.
Haven't
okay,
hooked it up
that's
yet.
what they
Right.
were doing. Okay.
Right. So I got into the show called The Morning Show. It was like the premiere show that they were highlighting. They just put it in your face. The Morning Show. The Morning Show.
Who is
Jennifer
on that?
Aniston.
Yes, that one. Yes, they
Reese
said it's a really
Witherspoon.
good show. It says a really
Steve
good show.
Carell.
Yeah.
And it starts off, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be about this TV show. Is it going to be a comedy or whatever? It's like, whoa. Like,
So it's not comedy.
there's some comedic moments in there. But it's really real. Like, I would say it drew inspiration from the Matt Lauer scandal. The Me
you
Too,
know what? I was going to
Matt
ask
Lauer,
you. Did it try to?
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Steve
figured.
Carell was
That
kind of a
dude.
Matt Lauer kind of guy. So, really good season. I binged the whole thing and couldn't wait to see the next episode. It was that good, that intriguing. And I was surprised because usually you have to get me with the geek angle to keep me in
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, to binge it all the way.
Right.
But I was drawn in, and The Morning Show.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
and
stuff.
I got a load of other things I did over the holiday, but we'll spread it out.
Yeah. Mine was video games, as it always is. Shaquito being one, and I'm not even gonna go into that. It's dope. It's from software. I feel like you've already talked about the game. It's just with a ninja.
Yep.
The bosses are ridiculous. The regular dudes are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I won't get into it. We talked about it at nauseam. But what I was playing, probably more than I thought I would be playing, was thank you, Mr. Nuts, for Samurai Showdown.
Yes.
The reboot, as it were, of the old SNK fighter from the 90s. Kind of just remastered, and they brought back a lot of the originals. And thankfully, he got it at a time where one of my favorite characters was available in the DLC in the form of Wanfu. But that's my guy. But it made me actually appreciate the old game, because the old game, when you go back and play it, the old fighter, you realize just kind of how bad it was in terms. But now that I understand the mechanics and with new technology allowing for more frames, you know, because that's what plagued those old games. Like that game in particular didn't even showcase the number of frames per like movement per on a character as like the Street Fighters did. And so as a result, I was just like, I like this game, but I can't really get into it. Now I play that thing. I just won't stop playing it. It's really I love it. SNK has stayed true to their tradition in ridiculously tough bosses to the point of unfair. And I can only complete that game with, as I was going to allude to, Hattori Hanzo. It's like him and Wanfu are the only people I can do it. They're not my favorite characters. My favorite character is Yukio, the guy, the dude with the what is it? He's got tuberculosis.
Wow.
No, he literally because you remember he used to cough and he's coughing up blood and stuff like that. But that's my favorite character. But he doesn't have what I need. So, but if you were a fan of Samurai Showdown, it's literally the same game. With more characters, and it wouldn't be a new Millennium Fighter without DLC that makes you pay for additional characters. So if there happens to be any that you like that made appearances in previous games that might have been a favorite of yours, you'll have to come off, I think, $5.99 for the character. So that was the first thing I did. I was like, well, let me go ahead and purchase this Wanfu. But they got a lot of new characters on there. I'm always apprehensive to play with new characters in the event that the sequel comes out and they take them away. I tend to lean towards those who are staples in the game, so that if I get comfortable with a person, they're not just gone. Capcom is notorious for that. They'll introduce somebody that's cool and novel, novelty, and then they won't see him anymore. But Chun-Li and Ryu and Ken and Guile usually
to death.
Always. They're gonna be there. So you would serve yourself well in picking the Galfords and the Hanzos and of course the Haomaru of the Ryu of the game. So those people. But yeah, I love it. I play it. I don't go online. I don't fool with that.
I never played it. I need to check that one out.
That was great.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Mr. Nuts, Chris Kringle. And that's all I got. And so now that little business is out of the way, on to Bad Boys. Bad Boys. What you gonna do? I know what two gentlemen at this table did. They saw it on day one. I did not. So this is going to be a bit of an interesting review.
Yes.
And I'm very interested because I spoke with Mr. 1% on the phone, and he would not divulge one way or another how he felt. And I really feel like I know how he felt. But he just said, I want my feelings to be initially expressed at the table with my homies. So with that being said, with no further ado, let us start with
start with me.
Yeah, let's start with
I'm
Mr. Positive.
Yes, I'm going to reflect it back on you. I want to, before I get into
really?
my spiel.
I have nothing to say. I didn't see it.
I know, but you had so much hate.
I did. I had a lot of hate.
So can you break down why you refused 10 free movie tickets?
Because man, I'm getting old, man, and wasting time is just not a thing that I like anymore. I don't want to go see something that here's the thing. You guys are way more into movies than I ever have been, right? Even growing up as a kid, I had my cousins and my friends that used to love going to movies, and I was like, I really don't feel like sitting through a movie that I know that I'm not super excited about. If I'm not super excited about it, I just don't feel like going. I don't want to get up and go. That's just my makeup. And so a 13-year-old sequel, I was just like, nah. And I don't want to see old Will Smith and old Martin.
Hey, Will Smith still, man.
I know he is. I know he's fit because he got, he's Will Smith. He's one of those outliers, right? Like that dude gonna look like that in 10 more years.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It is what it is, but it's just like, man, but it's still you, dude. It's like, I just wasn't interested in it. And and another thing, I was deathly afraid of seeing people do things that you're not supposed to be able to do as human beings. And everybody here knows that I take umbrage to seeing that. You have to have a rule set that explains why humans are doing superhuman things. And while this wasn't a Michael Bay film, right? He was attached to the other two.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was afraid that they were going to try to make sure that the same magic that he brought would come back. And I didn't want to see a whole lot of craziness from two old men. And I just I was adamant that and I just wasn't excited about it as everybody else was. And then as I said, the Cerebral Ninja has given me a lot of education and knowledge about all things cinema. And he's always expressed that when a movie is dropped in January, it is traditionally boo-boo and by design. And so when they said that, I was like, I don't want to see it and it's in January. No, thank you.
Right.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's that, and maybe a host of other things, but those are the main reasons why. I didn't get in. I literally can't remember anything about Bad Boys 2. Although I know I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't remember like you could.
What?
No, literally, I don't.
Yeah.
Now, and I only remember scenes from the first one. While I know I enjoyed it, I can't give you one scene out of Bad Boys 2 right now.
It's a lot of hilarious
Well, it was
moments.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. So.
Do you remember like Mortal Kombat Annihilation or anything like that?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
That game was terrible.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Mr. Nuts made a point.
Was that the one about animality or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So when it's like, but that's the only thing I really remember is like, that's
terrible.
my animality.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was
what
the
are we
worst.
doing?
Yeah,
What
it
are
was
we
the
doing?
worst thing ever.
And that's all I remember. Though.
Night Wolf.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
It's offensive.
Did you disrespect?
Well, I
see,
brought that up as a sly, kind of attack because Mr. Nuts was like, "Well, you won't go to Bad Boys for Life, but you would go to Mortal Kombat Annihilation."
That was a long time.
I
that
know,
was a long
I know.
time ago,
That was
and it was
college,
pretty
right?
much
Right.
it was closer to at least the first one, and I regretted it
Yeah,
with
I did
all of my time, money, and being.
too. Exactly.
So
Right.
there you go.
All right.
That's why.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I was the opposite.
Yes.
So I was hyped.
I couldn't hold him back, dog.
Right. When the trailer came out, I was like,
Oh my
yes.
God! Yeah,
Yes.
Couldn't
They're
hold
back.
him down.
Bad Boys for Life.
He was breaking chains. And,
Yes. Let me tell you why.
okay.
So there are movies that I have watched, and I can tell you I can't tell you the exact time, but I can tell you what day it was, if it was raining, like it meant that much. That movie meant that much to me that I cataloged it in my memory bank.
Yeah.
Bad Boys is one of them, and this happened in 1995. I was a sophomore in college, and actually on a date, and watched Bad Boys, and it was the feeling I got was the equivalent of how I felt at Black Panther. And what I mean by that is the representation. Again, like Eddie Murphy, I would say he broke the mold with like Beverly Hills Cop.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
And things like that. But it still was less about the action. It was
Yes.
still and then I had Lethal Weapon and stuff like that. But it was
he was
the
all
buddy
sidekicky, and the guy, the black dude, was the sidekick, scary.
Not
dude.
really. I mean,
They were equals. They were
Yeah, he
equal.
did
Yeah.
kind of act like a scared dude, though, man. Like,
Well, he was
kinda
the straight.
act all
Well, see, but
nervous and
here's the thing. The magic. Well, no, the magic.
The straight laced one and the crazy one.
Right,
so it was
right,
the
right,
dynamic
right.
they had.
Yeah, right.
Right. But I do give props to the representation that that Danny Glover gave. They didn't make him this just disgruntled black dude. He was a family man.
Right.
You know what I'm
Suburban
saying? Like
dad,
suburban
by
dad.
the book, do things the proper way.
Yep.
Right. Because otherwise, you watch movies and we weren't depicted in any kind of.
True enough.
We were depicted
True enough.
as
That might be
clowns and
unfair.
buffoons
Yep,
and
yep.
you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
like Lethal Weapon, that kind of set up the buddy cop movie for me.
Yep.
And I thought that was cool with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. And then Eddie Murphy with Beverly Hills Cop. And then Eddie Murphy did he did Metro, but in the timeline, I don't know if that falls into the timeline. So yeah, forget about that. But anyway, but he
Rappaport
was
representing as a sniper.
right
SWAT sniper.
again. No, I'm joking.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, we didn't. I mean, we had Denzel Washington. He have his like sci-fi movie, like the one shot movies, but it really didn't hit the way Bad Boys did. So like, and I can't even tell you, like, I don't think I even knew about Michael Bay until Bad Boys.
Right.
So that was my first introduction.
That might be true. Yeah.
Right. So that was my first introduction to Michael Bay. So to have Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, two guys were super hot in comedy. Like, you know, this is Will Smith, you know, at the front door doing the head shake and the, you know, you hear the Fresh Prince music and it's like, okay, just silly. And then you have Martin. I mean,
crazy. Watch must see TV every week.
Yes,
Martin.
Martin show was ridiculous.
Yep.
To have both of those guys share the movie in a buddy cop,
yeah.
So I was like, how is this going to work?
Yeah.
They're both silly, right?
I took my butt there immediately. I was like, oh yeah, I'm all in on this. Yeah.
Right. But as soon as the movie opened, I mean, from the plane flying over the Miami sign and the colors, the rich colors and the Ferrari and then you get that dialogue between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. That opening it's everything wrapped into one. We start with the comedy, they get carjacked, and then the jokes happen.
Popeye chicken eating.
Right.
Your favorite.
Popeye chicken eating.
Your favorite.
Hey, how about one of those jokes?
Right. Yeah.
The best.
Yeah. Even the villains had, you know, I'm a comedian, but I suck. You know, the guy was saying that and stuff. Yeah. And then Martin Lawrence is, you know, he kicks the guy and he's like, you know, passenger 57. Like they're referencing other action movies. I'm like, what is this, man? You know, and you know, they kick into the action. They just let you know right there, this is what this movie's about. So for me, I'm all in. And the rest of the movie was just, and I did a rewatch before I watched Bad Boys for Life to get off my love fest. But to see two guys represented in a different way.
There you go. Because
not only like two black guys that are leads. Yeah. Like we didn't really. I mean, we only had one. It was either Eddie Murphy or occasionally Denzel. But after that, I mean, it was nobody really.
Right.
You would occasionally get a Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, that was like later on, right? Like later, right?
No, we
had to go through like 2 Beverly Hills Cop movies and Golden Child and some other stuff, right?
Right.
Like when did Passenger 57 come out? And what was the other one?
So maybe Passenger 57. We gotta look at the date.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to like share the environment,
the preface, prefacing it with
to see two guys, two black leads that are cops and taken seriously and not buffoons
and not on some hood stuff. Because I mean, correct. It was
because my man,
it was a standard.
Marcus had a family.
Yeah,
yes,
that and I mean, it was a real Michael Bay movie with these guys in it. It wasn't like,
right.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
That movie cemented Will Smith as an action star to me. Like it wasn't. A lot of people say Independence Day was the one, but that movie was the one that really I think started the trajectory. Independence Day just like shoved him into the.
Yeah.
He was already in the mainstream, but that's when he started becoming like the summer blockbuster dude. Right. I'm gonna bring out a movie every summer, and I'm Will Smith, that kind of dude. So anyway, long story short, I love the representation, and I didn't realize like even then I was watching it in awe. And again, like when we do this podcast, I start to catalog those moments where I felt the best, and. This was one of those times. 1995, Bad Boys. 99, 98 with Blade, and then 2018 with Black Panther.
Yep.
You know, like those are the top three in terms of representation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why I was so hype about this movie.
Right.
I loved 1, 2. Michael Bay just doubled down on the formula,
Man,
and just
crazy.
and took it over the top.
Yeah.
Loved it. The comedy in it I was crying in parts, like when they were doing the exterminating bit, and Martin was trying to explain the rats to the lady.
Yes.
Man, I was literally crying.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bad Boys for Life. I know I've talked a lot, but Bad Boys for Life, I was trying to walk in with no expectations.
How could you do that? After
I know it's
explained
hard.
everything you
It's
explained,
hard,
dude.
right.
That's impossible.
Right. So, and then with the knowledge of knowing, like, Hattori is right, in January, it's kind of like that, like in TV, they would put shows to die on the pasture on Friday
night
evening,
death slot.
nobody's
home. They're out
nobody's
kicking
home.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Friday night death slot.
Correct.
Right, because the desired demo is partying.
Right.
18
18 to 35. They're out
Right.
kicking it.
Right. So January, for some reason, is the equivalent of that for movies. So, so with that, I was like, oh no, man, that's crazy. You know, so
The mold has been broken. I shared that with the ninja, that apparently now the conventional wisdom and thinking is gone by the wayside. And I mean, he also gave me an education on the fact that you will not see $1 billion R-rated movies. That went out the window.
Right.
So I mean, at this day and age, man, I don't hold
knows?
anything as gospel anymore, man.
Yep.
right. So okay, so to wrap up my soliloquy, the first viewing, I left entertained, but I was still going.
Which one?
Bad Boys for Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first viewing,
Okay.
I watched it. I was like, oh, that's entertaining, I guess. I was questioning it, and I ended up doing a second viewing because I wanted to
You got to see it with our homie, the Cerebral Ninja.
Yeah, we had to.
That's correct. Yeah,
this is like
y'all did this. Y'all went the first time, right? Together.
not on
No?
Bad Boys 1.
Oh,
Bad Boys 2. We did.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But when Hattori and I met in college,
We wore that deep. What was it? It would have been tapes back. Was it
it was
cassette?
a cassette tape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have worn that cassette. We wore that because a VHS tape
yeah.
out.
Yeah. Why I say cassette tape?
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. We wore that VHS
Yeah.
tape out.
Yeah.
Watching that movie.
Yeah, soundtrack was bumping too. Anyway, Warren G and all, the Brat, all, man. Anyway, so on the second viewing, I was like, okay, and we can get into why, and I can explain why after Hattori, does his spiel.
I should
Why?
take you up on that coffee. I'm gonna be sitting here for a minute.
You're right. No, yeah.
I think he's telling you to shut up.
Yeah. So anyway.
No, man.
So second viewing,
me out there like that.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more, and it set me up for more. So
Man, I
anyway,
had nothing to offer.
right? Yeah. I shut up now.
No, man. Go
No, I'm
into
good.
No, man.
No,
I
I'm good.
wasn't trying to shut you off, man. I probably saw.
No, Hattori was.
Okay.
No, I'm
was
good.
not.
No,
Come
I'm teasing, man. I'm teasing. I'm
All right.
good.
Okay. Well,
My love fest is over.
Okay. Hattori, what the
Hey,
deal?
man.
Because I expected. I didn't expect that. I did not. Like, I am amazed at that. I thought you were doing poker face stuff on me when we were talking about it. I didn't think that you were like entertained, but. Yeah, I'm ready to hear more about it. But
I have a few issues with
Okay.
it. But
Spoiler alert, y'all.
it got better in the second
viewer. That's crazy to me because I'm not typically a second viewer dude. And if I got to go back and see it again, okay, anyway, this ain't about me.
Right.
Cerebral Ninja.
Yeah, just real quick, ditto on the history of that. I mean, definitely, yeah, the first one was it was really important to me. It meant a lot. It was just one of those that, we watched it on repeat all the time.
Right.
I've always been an action movie lover from as long as I can remember. And much like Rowls said, it's one of those deals where I didn't even know that was something I was looking for.
Or starved for.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in your mind, it's like, whenever you saw, the black lead, it was going to be like Action Jackson or, it was gonna be Shaft or Superfly. You know what I mean? Like it was just
Proud Mary.
It's another tier. I mean, seriously, it's a lower tier of
January
movie.
release.
Like it's gonna be this sort of like it'll be fine and it'll have some
Right.
okay,
They ain't gonna do
but
nothing.
it won't be a
video tomorrow.
real. Yeah, it's not a real movie. You know, in quotes.
Right.
This is again, it's a Michael Bay movie. It's a real movie. The original, which is mind-boggling. I mentioned this before. The original. It was originally pitched for Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
That would have been so terrible.
Right.
Like, that is not going to work at all, considering the stuff that them dudes did. Man.
And I also read.
And which one is the cool one in that instance?
There's no cool in there.
Like,
it has to be. It has to be Dana Carvey.
Brad Pitt and Dana Carvey.
Right.
Like,
Right.
who's doing that?
Right. And the script went to
$2.
Right. And the script went to Martin Lawrence first. And Martin Lawrence approached his friend, said Will Smith would be a great person to join forces with you, because Martin was probably I mean, he was on top of the world with his show.
Yeah, man.
So I think a lot of scripts were just thrown his way, and he got a lot of, I mean, he was like on the level of, he was getting to that point of like Eddie Murphy status where he was just getting all the films.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. So
sorry.
So all that to say, it was really important to me. And then, so I'm going to go ahead and just spit out a little quick rank here because, so the first one, just due to like its introduction and its importance to, you know, the genre and all that, I have real special fondness for it. But man, the term people throw around is Bayhem. Michael Bay, the Bayhem in Bad Boys 2 is, I don't think we've ever seen anything like that before. Since it's insane. It's insane. I can only imagine how many rails of coke that he did while he was shooting that thing. It's insane. It's ridiculous. There's the climax of the movie. They're driving a yellow Hummer, right? It was a yellow, through this like favela, these like shanty things. The shanties are exploding inexplicably as they drive through them. They're just like to the left and to the right of the Humvee. They're just exploding fireballs. Like they're just exploding. Yeah, like that's peak. Just peak Bayhem. In that movie, it's insane. It's ridiculous, but it's just the best. I know. You hate it. So I think as far as terms of like, man, this is nuts and just really, wow, it's crazy. I feel like the action and everything in the second one is a step above, and it's hilarious too. So I actually think I like the second one better, but the first one is really special to me. You know? So anyway, so I will say I enjoyed this movie. I would still, though, I would put it behind both of the prior ones.
Correct.
I would put it last in the ranking.
Same here.
But I enjoyed the movie. Mm-hmm. I was so shocked that it was actually a good movie. I was going in expecting a dumpster fire. I'm thinking,
really?
I'll laugh. Yeah, because of the January thing, because of these two directors that I've never heard of. I think they did like, I don't know what before this, but I don't think they had movie credits even before this. So, and if they did, I apologize for getting that wrong. But I remember looking them up before and not seeing anything that I recognized. So I went in with very low expectations between the, everybody's old now. It's and the no name. Sorry again, guys. No name directors, and then the January release. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be some garbage, And boy, it was not. It was not at all. Mm-hmm. Now, in fact, really, the only thing I feel that's missing from the movie is that Michael Bay.
Touch.
Mayhem. That Michael Bay over the top touch. Yeah. I think that's really the only thing that's missing because Martin is hilarious still. Will's still doing his Will thing. He's, I think he's sampling on the Thetans. He doesn't have as many as Tom Cruise, but he definitely, you mean
he still has some?
I can't ever remember.
I
can never get it right. You got to get them out.
So
he still has a few Thetans left. A few full body Thetans remaining. So it's preventing him from reaching peak, like floating with the the glowing like the
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan style. So he's close, but not quite there yet. But so man, I mean, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the story was actually pretty cool too. They mostly kept that out of the trailers, which I went back and watched today. And the trailers are pretty ruinous though. I mean, a lot of the best gags to me are in a lot of the best jokes are in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
They show a lot of the big action set pieces in the trailer.
That's right. You go back and watch after.
Yeah, after the fact. So yeah, I think the trailer's pretty ruinous, but whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I liked it. Now, so we'll get into the details here, but one of the things I texted this phrase to you, Wally, is the movie is 66% Bad Boys.
Yes.
But boy, there is a liberal sprinkling of Fast and Furious in this movie. It's about 33%
That's what I was
Fast
afraid
and Furious.
of.
Right. This young new fun bunch, the Ammo Squad, is. I mean, they basically said let's Fast and Furious it up. Young, beautiful cast. We got our Asian guy. We got our white dude. We got our Hispanic lady. We got the pretty. I mean, they just it's straight from that playbook.
It's the playbook, yeah.
And they rib each other, and they have
making
little
fun of the old men in the room.
I mean, it's pure Fast and Furious, dynamic, and all that. So, that was a little different, but I will say it was well done.
Yes.
Because I do enjoy the Fast and Furious movie, so that was well done, but it was definitely different.
Right.
For the series, it was something new. So,
and that's what I struggled with on the first viewing because I was like, and we'll get into this. That Fast and Furious aspect.
Yeah.
It was jarring for me the first time, trying to come in with no expectations, but saying, okay, why are we spending a lot of time with these folks?
Right.
Oh, and then like when I watched the second viewing, it was like, okay, I see
like a spinoff.
Well,
I see exactly what you're doing, Will Smith, because that's exactly what the purpose was to set it up to do more.
Yep.
And expand the universe, expand the Bad Boys universe.
And then I saw the link I sent you guys about they already green lighting 4, and I was like,
well, because the numbers are coming in,
at the one day.
Can't wait.
Just wait till Sunday.
Can't wait.
Carry on.
Cue the gif of whoever that
Bart
football
Scott.
guy is. Yeah. Okay, thank
Can't
you.
wait.
Can't wait. Oh, so yeah. So you want to get into?
Yes.
So this movie is really interesting because they address the aging of the. I mean, it's front and center. It's front and center.
Right.
Like, Martin's character is he's had it. Well, he's had enough. He's decided, look, it's time to retire. Well, okay. Well, let's get into the main plot of the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Mike Lowrey's past comes back to bite him, and the wife of and by the way, spoilers. Spoilers. We're going to spoil the whole movie.
Right.
The wife of a drug cartel kingpin guy that he killed the guy. They arrested him and he died in prison. I don't know, but anyway, whatever.
That part was
ambiguous.
That part was ambiguous.
Okay.
And
he's dead regardless. So, she breaks out of prison. Her son helps her, and she sends him to kill everyone that was involved in that case. So the judge, the forensic guy, the prosecutor, and the arresting officer,
Mike
Lowrey. And so we get this retroactive, late in the movie, we get this retroactive origin story for Mike that this was in none of the books. It was off the books. He was an undercover for a while with the cartel. He was a driver for the wife of the dude.
Ricky Rollins.
Yeah, his alias was Ricky Rollins, and this has never been it was like it was out, it's sealed, and whatever.
Before he met Marcus Burnett.
Yeah.
Before he met Martin Lawrence.
So much of it. So he connected with this woman on a very deep level, and she educated him in the ways of the game. She taught him everything that he knows. And his whole swag and style of dress and all that came from this woman, and his time that he spent at the cartel, which was very interesting.
Yes.
That was an interesting piece of retcon, to throw in there, but it worked for me.
Right.
So anyway, this guy is dope. That is coming after all the people and going to kill everybody. What did you think of the antagonist in this movie? The dude. He was about that work.
Yeah, I loved him. There was one scene that set him up, and I was like, I need to see more of that.
Yes.
Basically, he was trying to get some money that was stashed away, and the guys that were helping him they wanted to. They basically wanted to shortchange him, and they draw guns on him, and he's just like, oh, okay, y'all gonna draw guns on me like that? He pulls out a knife and goes to work on all of them
So fast.
Like,
wait, stop.
Yes.
They all draw down.
Yeah.
Well, there was one guy that drew down.
Okay.
Yes. And the main gangster guy, right?
Main gangster guy has a gun.
Right.
In his
there
face.
are other dudes
In his face.
in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this dude pulls out one knife.
You have to see the scene because he
quick.
took out the leader and they were in shock. And when that split second they were in shock, he worked the other 3 guys that were around.
It was wild. This dude was real fast.
Yes.
It was crazy. So that was his establishing moment.
Right.
Like, okay.
This dude about that work.
This dude is about that work.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
it's
I know
serious.
you cringing, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, carry on.
Yeah. And so
It's an action movie, man.
it's crazy because the dude he gets instructions from his mother to kill Mike last, but the opportunity presents itself because she wanted him to suffer. So she wanted him to know that people were coming for him. She wanted him to see all the other people die first and then him catch it last. Mm-hmm. But her son, the assassin, ignores those instructions, rolls up on him. Mike and Martin are having their foot race. Rolls up on him on a blacked out bike, and
they were just they were ribbing each other in the bar and they're saying
you old,
you old, and,
right. I'm going ratio.
And
Mark ain't now he going good way.
And Martin is Marcus Burnett was like, yeah, man, you slow. I beat you. There was a scene where it was kind of like a police car chase scene, but the gag was they were going to the hospital because his daughter was having a baby. Mm-hmm. So he's a grandfather now.
And by the way, they brought back Reggie.
Yes. So in 2,
classic scene.
There was a classic scene in 2 where Reggie
coming to pick up the daughter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Right. So they stayed together. Were both in the, so he's a grown man. He was like straight up.
So
he's in the military.
After that prom night, so he ended up being alright.
Yeah, he was a stand-up dude in the military.
Yeah.
In the Marines or something.
Okay.
By the way, derail. So clearly when they cast this guy, I guess, was he like some sort of they needed somebody young and big, tall and goofy looking. Because boy, his line read, whatever he said, Daniel Myers is very, very good to be. And what did he say even when he had his uniform on?
Man.
Dude, what's his situation? Is this like it was on some?
I don't know, man.
It was like on like some.
I don't know, man.
Man, edit this out. It was like on some special needs or something. Like what was? It was
Troy?
like and then thank. I'm so glad to be here with this baby and to go to the dinner with the diner. He had like the one line, man, and I was like, wow, that was the best take. Like that was the take they went with. Anyway, I just was wondering, like, clearly,
wow,
like, yeah, that was weird.
I have no comment.
It was jarring.
No
I saw it because first I was like, oh man, this is the guy. They brought him back, and then he spoke, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. So he doesn't. I guess he doesn't act.
Were they trying to?
They just put like he was an extra in the first one, but then like they never thought they'd make another one, and then they wanted to do the gag, so they went and found the guy, and he's done no acting before or since, and so then they like.
They didn't know that was going to be an iconic scene either. Right. That was like, I mean, people were rolling.
But now you're stuck with this guy, so
right.
They took 50 takes to get that one unintelligible line read out of him. So anyway,
man.
All right. Okay. So back to the assassin. He rolls up on Mike during the foot race and puts 2 or 3 in his chest and stomach. And I was like, what?
He puts 4 in his
chest. So that blew my mind.
In the beginning of the film? Like, this is toward the beginning.
And whose chest?
Machine gun.
Yeah. Whose chest?
Mike Lowrey. Just shut up. Machine gun. Yeah.
He was bleeding. He was bad.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He was in a bad way.
So I was confused. I was thoroughly confused. I'm like, paintballs? Did he use like, she told him to kill him last, so he used like 22s. Like, did he use bird shot? Like, what? Right. I was trying to figure it out. No, he just straight up smoked him in the beginning.
Drop him.
So he
Right.
he dies 3 times on the table, and the whole thing.
Yeah,
so
it was
he's
bad.
like
It was-
months.
yeah.
He's messed
He was
up.
on life support for months.
So they kept all that out of the trailer. So good on them
Right.
for that. That was like a genuine shocking moment. Not
Yes.
many of those in these types of movies. Everything's
Right.
generally very formulaic, and
Right.
that was like actually
Yes.
And you get Martin got to be emotional, and praise to God, and he makes a deal that let my buddy live, and no more violence from me. Like I'm not gonna put any more of this out into the world, which
Right.
comes back
Of course.
and then later in the movie, which was great.
Yeah.
I genuinely liked everything that was going on there, really. So I like the story. I love the antagonist. I like what was happening there, and I don't know if you want to just jump in and kind of put everything out there and then talk about different pieces or what, but because I'm kind of dancing around the big twist.
The big
Do you
reveal.
want to talk about that now, or do you want to just talk about the movie and then get to that, or how do however you want to?
Okay,
cover it,
so we'll talk about the movie. So and we'll get to the other shocking moment in the movie. So like characters were getting, introduced again, and one dynamic that Bad Boys had, and it's always a formula of a buddy cop movie, is the disgruntled police chief.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dude
Now
from the Matrix, what's his name?
Yeah.
Eating a
Joe
steak. I don't care.
Pat
Pants.
Liano.
Yeah.
Joey Pants.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this steak. I know it ain't real. I like
Right. Right. Ignorance is bliss.
That's
right.
correct.
Yes, but he's great as Captain Howard.
Fantastic.
I mean, he's trying to remain calm, but that anger is always there. He's drinking bottles of Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
Because Mike Lowrey is always that guy that's like shooting up a whole city block.
Right.
And he has to
deal
answer
with it.
for it.
Right.
He has to answer for it. And he always gives a anal reference about how far up the how far up the brass is going to be on him. And that was a running joke in the first one where it was like, Sinclair was the lady that was from IA, like internal affairs.
Yeah.
That just kept riding him.
Right.
And I miss that about the Michael Bay stuff, because even in that dynamic, the way the scenes were cut, there would be these like little like scenes. They didn't even last long. They lasted about maybe 3 seconds, where you might have a scene with Sinclair and Captain Howard going at it, and then you just cut to Will Smith and go, man, why don't they just bone and get that over with? Get that over with. And then they go to something else, go to an action, and I was like, oh man, this is great. So anyway, so Captain Howard's in it, and he's trying to tell Will, like, look, man, because after Will gets shot and after it's revealed that he's better now, after months. Like they were very realistic about the recovery time and all that stuff. So months passed, and of course, Mike Lowry's like, I got to get this guy. He put me, he wasted me, and then he's pissed off because Marcus retired
While he was
so he's coming back at Captain Howard like, man, put me back on the case. And Captain Howard's like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
We have ammo here. And that was their way.
The introduction of the new young hot shot.
Right. So
they use all the new technology, all the new methods,
that's right.
all of the
Yeah.
everything instead of
New
kicking
millennium.
down the door.
Yeah, the Instagram crew.
drones. They use drones.
Okay.
So, there's that dynamic. And they set them up. And Vanessa Hudgens, I'm impressed with Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
I like her doing action. She was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think everybody in that, the ammo squad.
Yeah, they were all dope.
Pretty good. Yeah. So we kind of got that introduction to ammo in that. That was like the middle of the movie.
Yep.
And there was just constant banter between Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett about, why Marcus is retired, and Mike Lowrey wants to just do it again. Bad Boys for life. Let's do it again. And Marcus like, no. So he kept fighting that. So he ends up teaming with Ammo, and Mike Lowrey is the guy. He's just a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
People keep telling him like, dude, your old ways are like just destroying stuff. Like ammo is a new way, and he just refuses to hear that, and then he just messes up the case again. They were chasing a potential
Supplier
lead.
of the weapon, yeah.
Yeah, the guy that supplied the weapons, and that guy ends up getting killed due to Mike Lowry's
ineffectiveness, for lack of a better term.
He's very effective. He just caused mayhem wherever he goes. So through that mayhem, it becomes apparent that Mike is losing it because he can't shake it. He can't shake that this guy dropped him, and he can't get to him. So that was the core of the movie. But the shocking moment was Mike and Captain Howard had this. I don't want to call it a touching scene, but Captain Howard's like, look, man, he went through this whole like Buddhist fable about like the horse leading you, like two guys and a horse leading you down a path, and you don't have reins on the horse and you don't know where you're going, and he's asking Mike Lowry, he's like, man, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why do you keep doing this? Let it go. So anyway, they kind of reconnect there, and they're walking back to the car, and it's like wham. Captain Howard catches one in the neck. He's gone. Finito. Dead. Dead. So that was like the second shocking moment. And those two moments were like linchpins in the film. Because I was like, I wasn't expecting.
What was that about?
So he got shot by the same assassin.
Oh, because he was involved.
Right. And Captain Howard dies. Yeah. He's gone.
Yeah, it's a wrap. He got
and Captain Howard is like a core to the whole thing.
Spin off. Okay.
Right. So okay, you're like, okay, now that Captain Howard's gone, it's like, okay, well, Mike and Marcus got to get together now, and get together and
because you gotta tell him the news, right? You gotta go to his house,
right? Well, so I think that was where I started to have an issue, and I don't know if I'm missing anything, but when we get to the reveal, I had some issues once the reveal happened, but.
Well, I just want to talk about a couple of things there. Yeah, so I think I mentioned this already, but yeah, I liked the ammo squad. I liked that they did have some of the newer techniques that you would obviously have, and it's funny watching Mike go in and do the standard cop thing from every 80s and 90s movie where they go in and they just completely violate the constitutional rights of these seedy informant types that they go in, you go into somebody's business or home and you just start threatening them or beating them because you want this information. And it's like when you watch that in 2020, it's like, man, we would hate this dude on Reddit or like on Twitter or Instagram. Like they blow it. Like if
he beat Khaled, DJ Khaled had a cameo in it.
And he's just torturing him, beating him with the meat tenderizer in the hand, like. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's a staple of these, movies. But if you like just think about it for a minute, like that's ridiculous, man. Like it's the worst. And so I kind of like that they address that because that's the way that Mike goes about getting the name of the weapon supplier.
Right.
And when he gets back, ammo people had it already.
Right. Right.
Because they used, whatever.
Technology.
They cracked the bullet and only some certain person makes it.
Right. He wouldn't beat a dude
But he wouldn't beat it out of him. So it's like he got the information. But
late, slow, and improperly.
Right. So I thought that was cool that like they actually address,
in unspoken moments where the leader of ammo, like, Mike is yelling at the ammo squad and he's like, and he's getting into it with there's one guy that he doesn't buy into Mike's stuff, and he kept calling him Grandpa.
Everything but what he wanted to be called.
Yeah, he kept calling him Grandpa and stuff, and he was like, man, get out of here, you young boy. And they were going back and forth, but they were about to get to fighting, and then he's yelling at the gentle giant. There's this guy that's hacking,
but he's
huge. he's like a bouncer kind of. He was a bouncer in a former life, right?
Right.
But he's hacking, and he's like, I'm just gonna be the chill dude hacking.
Right. This is the guy, the man in the chair.
Yeah, but Will's like, dude, what are you doing? You should be out in the field, you know. So
no, I like it better here.
Yeah, but anyway, like the leader of Ammo, they, of course, Mike being the suave guy he is, they had a relationship in the past, but it didn't work out. So, because probably she was getting too close or whatever. And he's always enamored with her. Whenever she's walking into a room, he gets distracted. But she, you know, they had this moment where she looked at him after all the mayhem happened, and he's like, "What?" And she just looked at him and walked away. And it's like, dude, like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're blowing it.
You're blowing it. Yeah. He's yelling at a dude that's already dead. Like, yo, we got to get the ambulance here. And they're like, look, he's dead, dude. Like, he has a forklift in his stomach.
So all his swag is just like...
Yeah, it's getting exposed.
Draining away.
Right, because he
doesn't
he's
have
vulnerable.
any anymore.
Which, by the way, okay, so that they do that a couple of times in the movie as far as, like, yeah, his swag. Like, there's one point where they're stuck in a minivan.
Oh, dude, yes.
And he's yelling at all of these beautiful women that are walking by as they're at the stoplight, you know. And he's like, you know, look, it's Mike Lowrey. Mike Lowry's here in the van. He's like, nobody cares, man. He's like, you don't understand. Like, nobody's looking at us. Nobody cares.
Right.
And there's another moment where they're going undercover to get a guy, and they're trying to get into the club, and Mike and Marcus can't get in. But then one of the ammo dudes strolls right up, and of course he's best friends with the
girls,
people at the bar at the front, and he
No Country for Old Men.
Yes, so he's
Right.
like, yeah. So he says like, this is my uncle.
My uncle Michael.
Do you think you could let him in? You know, and so it's just like they don't let it go. That they don't just. Will Smith looks amazing still,
right?
But they don't pretend that he's 35. You know?
Right.
Like, no, this is a 50-year-old man, and
Still.
that is the reality. Yeah.
Oh,
no
and
matter
one of the jokes was when he was on life support. Like, there was a joke about his goatee, and Marcus was like, "Man, that's Midnight Cocoa Bean."
I saw the trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when he was on life support, it was great, and he was painting it with the cocoa bean.
Oh, that's how I got there. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how he knew. Okay, I saw.
Well,
the
no,
exchange.
he knew before.
Right, that's
but
what I'm
he
saying.
recognized the code.
Right.
Yeah, he recognized it, but that scene was hilarious. Where it was a serious scene where he was on life. It was like, man, I don't know if Mike's gonna make it. And
Of
he's
course he's
painting
gonna make it.
like of course he is, but painting the cocoa bean on his goatee. So yeah, it was a lot of like, okay, Mike ain't cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And they were
He's
playing
still
off
driving
that.
Ferraris and still trying to be though.
Right. Yeah, you're a caricature
That's
of yourself.
right.
And Marcus is right in a lot of ways because, you know, in 1 and 2, he was constantly saying, man, you garbage, man. Like you just, putting up this front. He's like, and he's like, I don't buy it or whatever. But this movie, he was very real about it.
Right.
Like, man, stop.
Right.
You know,
Like,
you
it's
look like a
time
clown
out for that, man.
Yeah, you know, Mike is still talking about we need to turn up, and he's like,
said,
turn
turn
up.
off.
Yeah, turn it. Yeah. So I love that dynamic. And I caught a lot of that, like you're saying, in the second viewing, where I wasn't focused on ammo. I was catching some of the nuances of the character development and stuff.
Yeah, and besides like what they're doing with the story, I did like that it's classic Martin in there. I mean, he's still great. I don't know what is he like semi-retired or what? Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen a movie with Martin in ages, and I don't know. I mean, I just don't know what he's been up to for a long time. So it was really good to see him come back, and I don't think he's lost a step.
Well, I think there was some. Didn't he have some moments where he was going through something, and it was like after that he kind of just like stepped back from it, and I can respect that because the whole chasing Hollywood thing, like I can see how that can really really affect somebody, and I think he's taking a healthy step back. I think he started doing like cooking, like videos or something like that.
He was. I did see something like that.
I didn't want to say that too much.
No, I think I did see that. No.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's respectable.
Right.
Saying get your hustle on.
Yeah.
Cook something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cook it.
That's right.
It's all good.
Right.
Like he ate it all too.
All right, there we go.
That was what you were waiting for.
Yeah.
Layup.
See,
I eat well.
there's times where I walk on the court and I ain't even trying to throw a layup, but for some reason I got this like involuntary layup arm.
You can't help it.
I can't help it.
You love basketball. You just say you've been,
as I said cooking, I was like, oh no. Dang it. So anyway, sorry. Derail.
No. I'm kind of doing a little scattershot thing now because I don't know if we want to just describe the entire movie so much as
let's do scattershot. Yeah, just get to the reveal.
So I really one thing I dug is during the big car chase, which again was missing some of that mayhem, but I did enjoy it on the motorcycle, but it just was not on the level. Not on the level.
It was underwhelming for me.
Was it an attempt to look as realistic as possible? Because like as you said, mayhem is not very.
No, it's
very nonsensical.
Yeah, a lot of sparks too when it explode.
So was this more?
I do think this was
realistic.
I do think it was a little more subdued. Yeah, because I mean, Michael Bay is like if you gave I say the same thing about the Fast and Furious movies. So this is not an insult, but it's like you gave a 12-year-old $150 million and said do an action movie, and he'd be like, and then the car explodes, and then this one crashes, and then 50 other cars explode, and then they ride by, and then there's women in bikinis, and they go, oh no, and then oh my god, and then I mean, just it's ridiculous, right? They're crazy, and this one's not like that. There's a lot of action, and it's big,
and we don't need to denigrate him to that, like. I don't want to denigrate Michael Bay to that, but like and Hattori is right, but there was a method to his madness. Like nobody else could do it like him.
Right.
He's in the vein of like an R.I.P. Tony Scott, but like when Tony Scott did like Man on Fire and some other films, he had a particular painterly style where he had overlapping images and
the focus and the thing,
right. So Michael Bay is in that vein, and like I know we're joking about certain things, but that dude, like his framing is off the hook.
Yeah,
like the iconic, and the thing that was
I didn't
teasing
like it
me the most.
I didn't like
it tortured me actually because it's like, no, I want Michael Bay to do that.
Right.
They did the iconic, when they rise up and do the 2-shot, and they're looking up to the sky, and it's like downtown Miami's behind them. It's like I wanted Michael Bay to do that, not you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where I was.
Was it done well?
It was done okay. It was just like they just wedged it in to like honor it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was like they were paying tribute, but it was like the fact that they did it made you want Michael Bay even more. Michael Bay even had a cameo in the film. I was like, "There's Michael Bay."
Yeah.
He can actually tell these guys to do some things. I was like,
he's not there for that.
My big problem with that shot is in the first one, it's after this epic chase. And the second one, saying this big thing. This one, Mike just gets beat down by the assassin and knocked off of a roof, and then Martin tries to grab him, and he just gets kicked away like nothing.
And then the next scene is a comedic scene where they're, I guess the CI that they were looking for got thrown from a building like Scarface style into Marcus Burnett's wife's minivan that he was driving. So he's already in trouble. Like, Teresa gonna kill me.
So it wasn't like this epic thing. But then they put that shot in there, and
probably more that it was misplaced.
It's like, don't remind me of my favorite parts of the other thing unless
in
you're on that. Yeah, unless you're on that same level. So
because they kidnapped, in the first one they kidnapped Tay Leone, and they got away, and they were just like, crap, what do we do? And then they showed the iconic. It's like, man, what else? Yeah.
So okay. And the thing that we've been putting off the whole time is yada yada yada. Not Marcus, but Mike Lowrey finally figures out who it is that's gunning for him when he sees. I don't even remember the circumstances.
So they have not showed this dude. Oh well,
no, they showed the dude.
Just doesn't know.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know. He had that motorcycle helmet on.
That's correct. Okay,
but he doesn't know. So he finally finds out who that. Oh, it's this case. It's this woman.
And the way he finds out is after that underwhelming motorcycle car chase or whatever. he lands on a Mike gets on a helicopter ladder, and the assassin has the drop on him, and he says, "Hasta fuego."
Hasta el fuego.
And Mike looks and goes,
"That's right."
Like nobody knows that phrase. It's made up Spanish.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense unless you know the person that is telling it to you.
Right.
So he's like, "Wait a minute. The only person that I know is a person that I was involved with."
Mm-hmm.
So, come to find out, Mike, his relationship, they connected not only spiritually, but
that's
physically.
where I thought you was going with this. So that's his kid.
The assassin is his son. So
I figured
for the second movie in a row, for the second movie in a row, I got to see an identical scene of Will Smith realizing that essentially a younger self, a younger him is trying to kill him. So like it's literally, it's just like this is Gemini man. Yeah, but anyway, so he freaks out. Yeah, because he's like, this is bad. But decides he's gonna kill him anyway. Like he's going. I'm putting him in. I'm putting him in a bag.
Now and see,
here's what he says.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. And he says, "I'm going to kill him." Yeah, and put him in a bag. And
real late term abortion.
Oh,
sorry,
extra late.
Sorry,
the latest.
Right.
So they go to Mexico after the guy. Yada yada. Nice sequence because it's going to be you think Mike is going on this suicide mission alone, but Marcus comes with him. And then when they're down there, of course, they're in their place and they got their little piddling guns that their friend hooked them up with.
Right. Of course.
But then the ammo squad shows up.
Of course.
And so they all go, do the thing
They
together.
got black boxes of tech.
That's right.
They got the guns.
Because y'all old. Y'all need this.
So pretty nice sequence there at the end.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
Right.
I liked just how all of that played out. Really cool stuff.
Vanessa Hudgens, man.
Yeah.
They showed an action scene with her.
She did a running slide, and when she's sliding on the floor, just mag dumped into this dude's like growing and stomach, and
kept going and held it. She held the guy while the gun was going off.
So that was dope.
And then she realized she ran out of ammo, and she just dropped the body and the gun.
Like I'm done here.
Yeah, and I was like.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that last sequence quite a bit. We're seeing them work together.
Yes.
When they retreated to cover behind the bar, and they all, how they're playing. You're gonna flank left.
Right.
You're gonna flank right.
Right.
I'm gonna draw their fire. Like they all had their plan, and they got up and executed, and that was cool.
Right. Will and the leader of ammo. They started linking up.
Right,
and she's like, I'm following your orders now.
Right.
Will's like, okay, I ain't going to be a dummy.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow your orders.
Right. So he had to go ahead and acquiesce and take a little humble pie.
Yeah, and then the gentle giant, he goes to work. Will's like, I'll pay for your therapy.
And of course.
And he goes to work.
Right.
He says, and he yells out, transition! He starts working people over.
Of course, he's the dopest one, the one that don't want to do anything, hurt anybody, and he just goes
football,
crazy.
tackling folks.
He, straight out of something from The Rock doing in Fast and Furious, there's a dude that's got the high ground, and he's got people pinned down, and he decides that he's going to do a running tackle on a stone column.
Right.
And tackle that through so that he brings the whole thing.
The column is
raggedy.
Samson.
And they're in an old, raggedy hotel.
So he kind of figured, at least they tried to make it seem like he wasn't something really fortified that he charged through. Yeah, I guess that would have made me feel a little bit better.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything.
Absolutely.
I loved how all of that played out.
Right.
So Ammo gonna have their own movie.
100%. Or they will be heavily involved in the other. But I feel so. Yada 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 yada, blah 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 blah. They don't kill the son.
They kill.
He tells him. He reveals who he is. Mm-hmm. They're talking. The blah blah. He gets shot, but anyway, so he survives. Okay.
The
son survives.
Yes. The assassin.
Yes, he survives, and he actually. He saves him. They save each other. Whole thing, right? It's full on Return of the Jedi. Kind of situation, right? And
this incorrigible dude is also getting redeemed in this moment of
right,
because he's just straight murders.
Right.
And Will says, "Look, I can't tell you everything's gonna be okay after everything that you've done, but I'll be there. Okay.
Right. I'll be your father. I'll be there for you.
So straight Marvel, straight Marvel.
They didn't even wait for the credits. They just said "Bad Boys for Life," and then it wasn't even post credits.
That's how
pre credits sequence. No. They did more stuff, but then there's a sequence. Dude locked up. Will coming to visit him. How you doing in here? Hey, I'm paying my debt. Yada yada. He goes, well, Will's got a file in his hand. I think I got an idea about how you might be able to pay that a little faster. Credits. So they're gonna pull him out. He's gonna work with the ammo squad. Yada
he's
yada
dope.
yada. Blah
he's
blah blah.
Dope.
Yeah. It's like here's the next one, guys. Just like full on.
And that's
setup.
why the article.
Yes,
there it is. Because I didn't know. I was just like,
and Martin and Will Smith will be involved. Like they will reprise their roles. So they're probably going to be more. I don't know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Will Smith's going to share the screen in a lot of ways, but I'm curious how that's going to play out.
Yeah, it'll be an ensemble kind of a situation, definitely.
Right.
But I feel like they're gonna. You got to elevate that crew so that finally
Bad
they can
Boys
step.
Universe.
So they can step back and then the ammo.
That's basically what they're
doing.
doing.
I figure next one you still got Will and Martin in a reduced capacity. You flesh out these other characters more.
Now see,
and then the one after that, like,
and then the son had a brother.
Oh, he did. Okay, so
because he looked at the article with the kingpin that was his stepfather that he didn't know, and he saw there was another guy there.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be something they pull.
Yeah.
Because that's usually what they start. They start just pulling straws and like, oh, remember that last movie?
Right.
This guy has been seething for a long time.
Right. You have to go after him or something.
And see, I appreciate that. Because I was met with a lot of opposition when I said, I don't want to see the old people. If you want to do this thing, do it with some young folks. Remember I said that.
Yeah. They did it.
But y'all was like, no, I want to see the old people.
Yeah.
So they used this movie with
launch.
the old people.
Yes.
To transition into the young people.
Yes.
I can co-sign on that. Because I want to see new. I don't want to see old. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a problem if you liven it up, freshen it. But I see what they did. I guess you can't very well just say, okay, after all these years, here go the new people.
Right.
It was they gave you. It's almost as if you're appeasing two, I guess, groups of people, right? Like you want to call back to the old school who appreciated Martin and Will.
Yes.
And then probably the young people who might care a little bit less about them and want to see the ammo squad. You know what I'm saying? Like two age groups and kind of using this as the fork in the road.
It was very,
not the fork in the road, but the changing of the guard kind of deal, right? Like so you can. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
That's why I was expressing my feelings about first viewing and second viewing. First viewing, I was the enthusiastic. Hype! I'm so hype. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
And then when I got what I got, I was like, I kind of wanted some more. I wanted Will and Mark. I wanted.
So it wasn't as much
right because they were focusing on the younger cats, and I was like, who? Like it was irritating me a little bit.
Yeah,
I liked it, but it was irritating me. And then when they got to the end and they did the reveal, I was trying to poke holes in it, and and I still have some issues because like. His son did a lot of damage,
right?
And when he killed,
like he's super dope.
And I guess the thing that the only thing that I can poke at with this film was the relationship between Mike Lowrey and Captain Howard. It didn't feel. His son dropped Captain Howard. Like Captain Howard was like, he was his boss. Right. He was their mentor. He was the guy that
25 years.
For 25 years.
You think he'll replace him? You think he'll replace him or something like that?
Well, he got replaced. Well, Captain Howard got replaced with the leader of ammo.
Oh, okay. Right. I thought they would have.
But my problem was
when you put Mike Lowrey in that role.
Well, he's
still want to be in the streets.
Trouble.
Right.
He's too much trouble too.
Okay. Yeah, he's too hot. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think what I missed was, you never saw any internal struggle. It was just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go after my son. I'm gonna put him in a body bag, and then all of a sudden he's caring father. And then it's like, well, I have this son that has done so much murder.
Yeah.
Not only so much murder, but he killed a person that was very, very close to me.
Yeah.
And he seems to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it is hard to get around.
Right.
That's a tough one to get around.
Yeah.
Hey.
But
yeah. And a homie in Fast and Furious, Shaw.
Right.
Blew up Han. And they sit and have beers with him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nobody ever mentions it.
Right.
Ever.
Because we need to sell these tickets.
Right.
We don't care
So,
about
I mean,
feelings.
yeah.
That's where I have I think that's where I have a problem with those movies because it's like
write it
they
carefully.
write it carefully.
If you're gonna don't have him kill him, if you know you want to use him later, then dial back the stuff he does.
Because to me, it shows that you're not. Yes, you're trying to entertain me, but there's that corporate side that's like, man, we need that money.
Right.
Yep, that's exactly.
And we're gonna totally just like insult your intelligence by putting this dude in the forefront as a hero. And it's like, but he did some stuff that's
terrible
like,
stuff.
Yeah,
it's like Taken. That dude killed all them folk, brought his daughter home, and lived a normal life. Man, he killed so many people. Liam Neeson killed so many people, man. And every time I watch that movie, I just be like, how is he living a normal life? He just went home.
Well,
he murdered all the...
Keeps going.
I know, and he keeps on killing.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, come on, man. You can't kill all them folk. And go home, live happily ever after, bruh. You got to face some charges over there. Like, granted, they were some bad folks, but bruh, murder is murder, and you need to stand some trials somewhere.
Police, you're not.
Right? You're just some dude with a particular set of skills.
Okay, but see, in an action movie, like if I'm going to the movie, like Hattori said in the last episode, he goes to the movie for that just pure enjoyment, that the escapism. So I'm good with that.
Right.
But don't insult my intelligence. If you got somebody that's set up as an antagonist, and then
I agree,
they drop somebody that everybody cares about, and then all of a sudden that person is somehow the hero without any kind of I don't want to say punishment, but like any kind of struggle. Like, dang,
because it didn't appear to be any additional motive that was necessary for that dude to want to go get him. Dude laid him down and was in the hospital for a good... I mean, he almost died according to your account here.
Correct.
He didn't need dude to put the chief down, right? For him to be just like, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he was ready. Yeah, he was ready already. So they could have left that out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny because they tried to like lay the groundwork. I noticed they specifically had that line of dialogue where he shoots Captain Howard, and then Mike is over him, like trying to administer aid, and the dude's got Mike in his sights, but there's this woman that rushes over to help too, and she's obscuring the shot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so he's like,
so the other guy's like, take it. He's like, take it, man.
Take the shot.
Just take it. And then he said, no innocence.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Just so like doesn't make any sense.
But it doesn't make any sense because he kills 4 ambulance drivers in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
When he's
doing
breaking
all
his
kinds
mom
of stuff.
out.
According to what you saying, he laying everybody down.
So that was just one of those nonsensical, like, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Right.
So I'm
it doesn't destroy the movie, but that was my
that would have been very disturbing to me though. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Nonsensical.
Yeah.
Right.
So. Not that you can be 100%, and I have a
because there's ramifications, for somebody like that to die. The other folks that were connected to the case, it was like, well, okay, we never saw them in the other films. Like Captain Howard, we were riding with the whole trilogy. Mm-hmm. So like, I mean, Martin showed some, emotion on his face, but other than that, it didn't feel like his death had any weight.
Right. For somebody who meant so much to the franchise.
And all it took was maybe a couple of scenes of writing, or just a couple of scenes and some writing to make it feel like, okay, there's an internal struggle. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at my son as a stone cold killer. He practically killed me. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, we assume that, the son didn't know.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah.
But the fact that he killed Captain Howard, I wanted to see Mike Lowrey struggle with that. Like, dang, I love this dude, but
man,
this is not. Killed my,
now I got these papers. I'm gonna help you out.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It wasn't. That wasn't displayed. Like maybe they'll display it in the next movie where he's struggling.
Seems
with
out of place though, doesn't it? Now
it does, but you know. But so who cares? Because that money's coming,
right? So they'll
it's gonna be ammo.
They'll recap
unless they somehow fix it where that end credit scene is after whatever's going on in 4. You see what I'm saying? Like they do all their stuff. He's still in jail or whatever, and then they do their stuff, and then he's had time throughout that movie to try to work some stuff out and understand, get more background on his mom and and all that, and then come back to him and is like, look, man, okay, he might get some information based on his upbringing or how kind of dude, you know what I'm saying, and then start to kind of feel
she messed him up. She had him trained like he was.
Right,
he was about that work. Right, and she made sure that he.
And that's what I'm saying. And maybe then he can kind of come to a conclusion like, man, this dude had no other way. Like this dude was a puppet, and now So you would have to write it to where everything that transpires in 4 is before that scene you're talking about at the end.
Right,
and you can fix it.
Right,
you can fix that. Then you can get that struggle.
But other than that, it was well played.
Yeah,
I think it put a pin in. At least Mike Lowrey and the adventures of Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett, and I thought it was satisfying. I wanted it to go. I think I wanted to go out with a bang, but it was kind of like bang.
Here comes Ammo Squad.
Here's Ammo Squad, and then that's where I.
That's what they want. That's what they want. They ain't no bangs. It's Ammo Squad. Get ready in another year.
And I will say
about that bang mess.
And I will say in the second viewing, I saw I viewed the movie. I had my problems with it. I made sure I didn't talk to Hattori about any part of the movie, so I could watch it again and kind of grapple with what I was feeling. Yep. And I think it was genius. I think and this is Will Smith's production company that is part of it now. And I think he looked at it and said, this is a property that can stretch out
without
and compete with
create a little universe. I mean, why not?
And my question is this is my question, and this is super geeky, but is Fast and the Furious under Sony as well?
It's Universal.
It's Universal. Never mind, because I could see the two crossing. Yeah.
My question is, when are we going to get Jaden on the Ammo Squad?
Oh, don't do that, man.
Please,
he's an icon living. Yeah.
Patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. Nice for those of you who would like to support this podcast financially, patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. We are available anywhere you get your podcast. If you would like to listen and pledge your time, please stop living stuff. That wasn't a bad song though.
No, it was dope. It's on my workout. It's in my workout playlist.
Song, but I don't want to see him acting in that no more.
I like the video too. Yeah.
But thank you again. You know what? Thank you again for that stellar review.
Would you see?
Would you see Bad Boys? I probably would. Yeah, when it hit Netflix, I'll go. Okay. I'll probably because I'm not gonna go now, right? Like I know what's gonna happen. I'd rather not pay now.
You should.
And I should. Should I really just go ahead and go?
Man.
Support it.
Yeah, man.
It don't look like they need it. They got number 4 is coming out. They don't need my support. I can't wait to see the numbers to see the first $1 billion movie in January. Take that. Didn't do
and again, it's a win. I think it's a win for Will Smith. I think people were trying to write him. I think people were trying to write him off. Yeah, because he doesn't need to be written off.
Yeah, dude.
He's a really good actor.
He was the bizarro King Midas there for a minute.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Now Aladdin, I think that did. It was
all the
Disney.
money.
So it's Disney. You can't fail.
Right.
Disney. You know what I'm saying? Well, you Star Wars movies, but Disney properties.
Right.
Actual Disney properties.
See how you snuck that in there?
Yeah. Not acquired properties. But yes, EST1982podcast.com is the website that Mr. 1% has put together. You can view, listen, and get all that information from that lovely, lovely website.
Thanks, man.
Again, I knew y'all had to do. Yeah, you had to do this podcast. I did not mind having it spoiled, as I knew that you would do a stellar and excellent job, as you always do when it comes to all things cinema. So again, those of you that have been supporting on Patreon, thank you so much. And if anyone else would like to do the same, that is patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. Until next time, people, we'll holler at you.